All right, let's talk through what goes on in these racks for just a second, and I'm going to give you everything that you need to know. First off, this thing right here is the power sequencer that controls the amps. This is what those little key switches up at the top are controlling. There's an on and an off right here too. If you ever needed to come and turn this thing off directly, come over here, hit the off button. It's going to go through bit by bit. It delays every 3 seconds and turns off a circuit. It's really turning off the circuits on the back of this rack, but that's what these power amps are plugged into. You're going to notice bit by bit they come off. This will always stay on right here. This is kind of feeding, it's a relay device. I'm going to hit the on button and turn them back on, and then the house system is going to be up. This is remnants of the old system. It still is meaningful, however. Wow, that's kind of a loud fan. I didn't know that was about to turn on. This is the way we used to patch things back and forth. In truth, they're still in this system. Number 1 here goes into number 1 here, etc. 1 through 23 go to 1 to 23 here on this input. This box right here is a digital snake, and this digital snake contains feed up to only to the soundboard that's in the Jochum room. That's the only way that these things get signal. But this goes to all the boxes that you see on the floor on stage. Number 1 goes to here, and then it plugs into 1 here. And on the SQ routing video, you got to watch the audio routing video on the SQ, and I'll explain how that works inside the system. These are also outputs. Right now, I think I have 1 through 8 being monitor feed 1 through 8. And then I'm going to put 9, 10, 11, and 12 are going to be something special that feeds into the monitors down there. Right here, we've got the tie panel. And understand that the tie panel is just a way for you to get an XLR feed from one place to another. If you take a look at this, this says to FOH, which stands for front of house, to front of house booth. It says tie 1, tie 2, tie 3, tie 4. Then this says to stage rack, tie 1, tie 2, tie 3, tie 4. So let's say I take one of these little patch cables. Here's a patch cable that was here. And let's say I wanted to take a signal and I had it up at the house, but I needed to go to the side of the stage. Well, I'd plug it into the tie up to the house. Then I'd come down here and say, hey, go from tie 1 at the house, and I wanted to go to stage right. Let's go stage left because I've already got a spot here. So stage left, I can plug into tie 3 with this type of XLR, tie 3, and then if I go to tie 3 on the stage panel on the stage left, I can go out of tie 3 and plug it into a device. So that's not really part of the audio system. It's like separate, but it's a way to get signals to and from things. Down here, you might see this thing that says Nexia. This is the processing brain for our sound system at the moment. In the future, that will become a QSC system, which is actually behind me by my foot in boxes. It hasn't been installed yet. That's going to be an upgrade that's coming in the future. So incidentally, Elliot, I don't know if you can take a little view over here. Down on the side, all the QSys system boxes are here waiting for when Echo comes and does that install when we have the money to do it. So on the other side of the rack, let's go from the bottom. Oh, let's start at the bottom down here. Power amps, power amps. I'm going to see if I can get some labels on these. I didn't know, but I found some drawings to them. These are all power amps that control things like the house speakers, the delays, the sub feeds, and also the monitors. And then this one actually is a multi-channel one. There's extra channels in this already. So if something were to blow, we can use this to fill in instead. And then up here, this is a limiter for the mains, I believe. You'll never have to worry about that. Monitors. Monitors. You're going to watch a feed on how to route monitors in the audio routing universe on the SQ series, but there's a physical routing as well, and this is where it comes from. So out of the back of one of these power amps, it goes to right here, and you're going to see it says monitor A, B, C, and D. You're going to want to take whatever monitor feed that you've got, A, and decide where you want it to go. So this is a speak-on cable, and the other end of it can go to wherever you want on stage, but there's only 4 different feeds. So monitor A right now is going to monitor 3 on stage left. And if I were to go plug one of those monitors into 3, it's receiving whatever monitor A gets as its feed. Once again, watch the audio routing video on the SQ to understand how to get this through. I'm probably going to have monitor A come from 9 10, 11, and 12 on this box right here, and you could assign it whenever you want on whatever scene. But when it comes to where it physically goes, if it's not plugged from A to one of these spots, and then wherever that spot is plugged into the monitor, it won't work. Right now, on stage left, if I were to plug into monitor 4, nothing feeds monitor 4. It's literally nothing. But if I were to take one of these cables and go from, let's say, B into monitor 4, I could have it carry that feed instead. Down at the bottom, there's these things that are called multis. And if you were to take, say, I don't know if any of these are loose at the moment, monitor D. Here's monitor C. If I were to take monitor C and plug it into multi number 2, now I can take monitor 2 and go from this feed into one of these, and then the other feed into another one of them, and you can get one monitor to go to 2 different places if you wanted to. You can only daisy chain it twice, otherwise it's not good for the speakers. So that's that part of the rack. Up here, you're gonna see a comb with some Ethernet cables coming out. Where are these coming from? Well, most of them are coming from that AV switch. And all of these right here, where it says stage right, stage left, floor right, these are the data patches in the floor. What are those data patches? Whatever we plug into them right here. And where is this plugged into? It depends. This cable that runs way back up and over is carrying internet, and right now it goes to orchestra pit 10. If you were to plug into the one that says data 10, you'd be getting internet from Lutheran West. But this one right here, I've labeled as Dante on this particular one. It goes back from this, so this is the stage left side. It goes back from here, and it plugs into that AV switch where it's plugged into one of the Dante ports. So now if you were to go plug into data number 3, which is on stage left, you're gonna have Dante feed and part of the Dante network. If you wanted it to be something else, it's all about what is feeding these little things. It's just a patch panel, that's all it is. If there's nothing plugged into the patch panel, nothing is going to that data port. So if that doesn't make sense, you're gonna have to think about it, try a few things, read some documentation that I have, and hopefully it'll make some sense to you. But it's just like physical wires and we're just connecting things.